All right, good afternoon, Thursday afternoon. This is our one of our weekly Zooms we have every week for our team, and every Tuesday and Thursday night and all in between. And I was privileged to be on a leadership call with corporate the other week, and Mary Beth had Alyssa on there. And I was so moved and touched by her story. I reached out to Mary Beth, and she hooked us up together, but I was inspired by the story. And here's how you get on our Zooms after 20 years is we actually call you up and interview you. And she just had the right mindset, the right everything, the one team, one mission spirit. And Alyssa, I really appreciate you coming on tonight. I know you just got back from vacation, you early and all the stuff that's going on, but your story is so compelling. I just wanted this particular team to hear it. And so if you'll come on and just share like you did the other day on the leadership Zoom.
Absolutely. Hi, guys. Well, my name is Alyssa Ripperger. I'm a triple diamond in this business, and I have been actually in the business for almost 3 years in July. And it has just been the biggest blessing. I know you probably hear that a lot, but it really is, especially if you're hearing it from so many people over and over again. It has to be true. You know what I mean? Well, before this business, I was a stay-at-home mom, not just a stay-at-home mom because it's the most important job there is. But I knew I first of all wanted to help my husband with the bills because he was taking on so many hours, working so much, because we had 2 little ones at that time. I didn't have my third yet, but he was just working so hard and he was never home, and we wanted more time together. So I knew like I needed something else to help provide with an income. And also I wanted something more for myself instead of just being labeled as a mom and a wife, I wanted something where I could feel proud of for myself that I would do and accomplish on my own. So I was definitely not looking for network marketing at all because I was one of those skeptical people, which I think mostly probably all of us were, especially before we joined. You never really think there's any money, or you never really think you'll be that one to make all that money. You see people making it, but you never think you'll be that one to be able to get to that point. So I was totally against it. But I had one of my friends from middle school, actually, she joined the business before, and she was posting about like things she was able to do, she was able to get a new car, all this cool stuff. And I was like, man, that sounds so awesome. I wonder if it's really true, So she would reach out to me multiple times, like, Alyssa, I know you'd be so good at this business. Like, why don't you just do this with me? And I was like, no, I can't. I'm super introverted. I'm super shy. I'm super quiet. I don't ever think I'll be able to do anything like this. And she was like, I promise you can, and she wasn't bugging me, but she was in my inbox all the time. You know what I mean? Like, Alyssa, there's a good deal going on right now. She was doing her job, doing exactly what she should have done. And this one post, she was able to finally get her dream car that she wanted. And that was the thing that put me over. And I was like, okay, if she could do this and get that car, then you know what, I'm going to do it. So I told my husband, I was like, okay, I think I'm going to try this. And he was always super supportive, which is really good. I think a lot of people don't have a really good support system, which is not, it stinks, but he's always been very supportive of me, which is great. And from the get-go, I was like, okay, if I do this, I'm going to jump in with both feet and I'm not going to look back because what do I have, what do I have to lose? And I know like I know what I need to get to. And I know what I'm not going to let get in the way. My children are my why. They've always been my why. I want to give them wanting to give them a better life than what I had, when I was a kid. I want to be able to be the yes mom. I want to be able to take them on vacation like we just did, spur of the moment, like I want to be able to do fun stuff like that with them. And this business has allowed me to do that. So yeah, that's about my story right there. It's pretty crazy.
The children is normally the why, and at that point, you never let anything stand in your way once you get going. And no matter where you are in your journey, helping others grow is deeply satisfying to me. Is when you lay the foundation and you really understand the concept of direct sales as you pour into other people. Our entire success is predicated on helping somebody else become successful, giving them not to do it for them. I do not believe free has no value and welfare doesn't work. It creates dependency. I'm not saying you don't need some of those things temporary in life to help you in hard, because I've been very poor before. And when somebody will just pour into you and just bring out that confidence that you got, like, wow, I can do it. And then you just define the why, the same reason I did. My two little girls they're grown, they just left. And that was the one thing that inspired me. But my why actually became my wow. And it become the wow factor, because now I'm the yes dad, I'm the full-time dad, I'm in the swimming pool all day long with the kids. I'm doing things that I didn't get to do. And now we're bonding. And there's not a better feeling in the world when you grow up together and you learn and you create that entrepreneurial spirit, and you show that to your children. That's the only thing they know. And the one thing that you said the other week is not letting someone else raise your kids or instill their value system. You know, grandmothers are great. I had the best grandmothers in the world, but they can never instill the value system that mommy can or daddy can. And then to let
Exactly.
somebody else indoctrinate the way they think and feel as you come up, and then to be able to put yourself in a position of this financial independence and this financial freedom, and every dream you've ever had can come true through network marketing, direct sales. And I don't care who you are, everything that you do, whether you're selling product, services, you're working for somebody else or whatever, somebody is directly selling something to somebody to create a job for you. So that's the part you highlighted the other week, and you got very passionate about what it really takes to get in the grind. You got ups and downs, you got failures, you got the successes. And so that's the part that really excited me the other day, is when you got really honest with everybody about what it really takes to become independent, wealthy. And the beautiful part about that is, you know what? Anybody that makes a 6 or 7 figure income has to go through, you have to put to work in. You agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what I think, that's one of the things, and one of the things that helped me when I went triple, because I was okay. So I've been in the business for 3 years. In July, you guys, I promoted really quick. I went diamond in 30 days, 60 days. You know, I went double super fast. I sat at double for 2 years. 2 years to the day, I went triple. Like, it was crazy. I sat at double. I wasn't paid as double for 2 whole years. No way. I lost that. I lost my double just as quickly as I got it. I took my foot off the gas and my team followed. So that's one of my biggest things I always tell people right now is don't ever take that foot off the gas. You know what I mean? Like, just because you start seeing like a good paycheck, a double paycheck is a nice paycheck, you know, especially if you've never made that much money before with the bonuses and everything attached. I feel like I got a little complacent. I got a little comfortable, and I took my foot off the gas, and my team was like, okay, well, I guess if she is, we can too, you know? And at that point, I didn't have the team I had now. I've completely rebuilt it in the last couple of years, and that's normal. Like, I didn't think it was normal at first, but now talking to so many other leaders and stuff, like the team that gets you to diamond is not going to get you to double or triple or presidential or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? You're going to have some people who are going to stick with you, but there's going to be more than half of them that are not going to be there for you. But that's okay, because I've learned that they serve their purpose for you and for them in that point in your journey. And now it's time to move on and to find other people and for them to serve their purpose. But what really helped me going triple, which is a really big jump from double to triple. It's pretty intense. But what really helped me was realizing that I'm not going to drag along the people who didn't want it as much as I did, because you can only do that for so long. And I did that for so long, when I lost my double, and I was trying to get it back every single month, you know, and I'd be so disappointed because I would mass enroll. I've been a mass enroller forever, you know? So dragging along those people, I'm just feeling volume on these dead legs that nobody wants it. They're just getting these paychecks, and I'm just working double, triple the hard, you know, and I'm not getting my double, I'm not getting my rank back. So I feel like I was putting in so much effort and I wasn't seeing the return, and the business was not fun for me anymore. And I knew when it started, I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this anymore. I knew something had to change, because this business has always been so fun for me. You know, it's always been so fun getting new customers, helping them, seeing their weight loss results, you know, helping new people join the business and helping them pay off a bill, whatever it may be. It's always been so fun for me. And then getting to that point where it wasn't fun, I was like, something's got to change. You know what I mean? Something's got to give here. So that really, I really got got serious with myself and got true to myself. And I was like, okay, what do we have to do here? I need to stop putting a time limit on me going triple, because all these other people I'm seeing who joined after me are going triple so fast. Like, why am I not there? So I had to let go of me comparing my journey to somebody else. And once I finally let go of that, and I truly believe that, okay, cool, I'm made for this. I'm a good leader, people look up to me, and I was just so much more confident in myself and my leadership. The sky was the limit. Like, our team, I got my double back in January, went triple the next month. Like, it was crazy. It just happened so naturally. I didn't have to fight for it. I wasn't stressing every day, like trying to bring in the volume. It was just coming out of nowhere, like God was just bringing the volume to me because I was finally truly believing in myself and my team and putting the work behind it and having fun doing it. And it's been so much better. And everyone can like already tell, like, wow, Alyssa, like your demeanor, the way you're, just everything about you and your team is just so completely different than it was last year.
Yeah. So would it be fair to say that cultivating leadership is the way to sustain your business long term, but also setting the pace as a leader? You're going to have those people that emerge that want to follow you. Would that be fair to say?
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. Because you can't tell your team, okay, we need to be doing these 10 host to posts. We need to be doing this and this and this for you to reach those goals, but you're not willing to do that as well because, you know what I mean? Like you said, you set the pace. They're going to follow after you because you are the leader. They see you getting all these enrollments and you doing all this. They're going to be like, okay, well, that's why Alyssa is so successful. She's doing what she tells us to do. She's not just telling us to do it and then not doing it. I'm always there, like in my group chat, I'm always the first one to say hello, or I'm always there shouting out my wins too, just so they can see that I'm actually doing it. Like, oh, I got 2 hosts to post up, you know what I mean? Or whatever it may be, like, oh, just claimed a customer, just signed a new distributor, whatever it is. I'm always in my team chat shouting it out just so they can see me doing the work and getting things done as well.
Wow, I love that. And there you are, mommy, with the babies, and you're fixing to have the 3rd baby. I think I understood you to say.
Fourth, yes, fourth baby.
4th baby. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're a super mom. So I have to ask you this. You got 3 small kids, the 4th on the way. How do you get all that done being a super busy mama, and you're fixing to have your 4th child? That's a pretty big family. How do you find time to really get it all done?
That's a good question. That's what everyone always asks me. I'm really, really intentional with when I work. I don't work all day long because I have a 6-year-old who I take to school, and I've got a 4-year-old and then a 1-year-old. So they're super busy all the time. They're home with me 24/7, but I'm just really intentional. Every morning I wake up at 5:30. Even if I'm just laying in bed, at least I'm awake. I'm doing my self-development while I'm sending out my messages in the morning. I get my son ready for school. When he gets home, like I got an hour when the kids are like watching a movie, I get all my work done right then. And then I'm able to spend the day with them and do whatever they need in between them playing or whatever it is. I'm watching them play outside. I can respond to some messages, check in with my team and so forth. And then at night when the kiddos go to bed is my absolute favorite time to send out my host to post messages because those are just instant wins for the next day. Like I have my inbox is full of people just saying yes already in the morning. You know what I mean? So I have all those wins already. And I usually get my host to post out between, like I get my 10 host posts out in the morning already. Like by 9:00 in the morning, they're already out because I've sent all those rounds of messages at night. So I have everybody to wake up to in the morning. So it just makes it that much easier for me. And I really love lists. That's like my thing. Through all of the, even with like my daily stuff. So I'll make a list and it's going to have what I need to get done today. I'm like, I got to call this place, just my regular stuff. And in there, I'm like, okay, 4 LCs, whatever else my goals are, because everything I want to get done that whole day. And I feel like it's like an adrenaline rush when you get to mark something off your list. I don't know if you guys are like that too, but it just makes me feel so good and accomplished. Like, yes, I got that one thing. Let's move on to the next. So yeah, I really just fit it in throughout my day. Some days are going to be different because some days we are on vacation. Like we were on vacation from Sunday to this morning. We just got back at 8:00 this morning. But I was still able to keep enrolling and signing people and all that stuff, even on vacation, because I woke up. I didn't sleep in on vacation. I woke up. I'm still disciplined on my vacation. 5:30, I'm waking up, checking in with my team and doing my stuff before we go and have our great day, so I'm able to get all that stuff done between like 5:30 and 7 and then go have a great day with my family and not have to worry about it. So that's why I love this business, because you're able to integrate it into your daily life no matter how busy you are.
It sounds like you have a specific priority plan of action.
Exactly. Yeah. You definitely have to, and you have to be disciplined at the end of the day, because people always ask me that, like, they're like, how do you stay so motivated? I'm like, I don't, I'm a human being. I'm not motivated every single day to do this. I don't think anybody is, but you have to be disciplined. You have to be able to keep doing the things that you don't want to do on the days you don't want to do them, because you know where you want to go, and you know how it's going to be worth it in the end once you do it. So discipline is the best thing, the most important thing for me.
You'll have discipline one way or the other. You can have the self-discipline to operate a business such as this from the house, or some boss man will put you on his schedule, and you'll have the discipline to show up there if you want to get paid. And so
Exactly.
I know you're busy with the babies and you're fixing to have one. What would be the closing remarks you'd have to send this team off to go out and crush the rest of this month?
Oh my gosh, there's so many days left, and that's what I've been noticing. Once I went triple two, another big thing, like, don't worry about, oh my gosh, there's only 4 days left and I need such and such amount of BV. Don't worry about that big number. Don't worry about the big number, because if you're putting in the small, simple steps that it takes, and you believe that it's going to happen, you already know that it's going to happen. It's already there. It's already happening. You know what I mean? Like, 4,000, let's say you have 4,000 BV left in these last 4 days. Like, that seems like a huge number. And to a lot of people, that doesn't seem obtainable. But in all reality, if you're just doing those 10 host to post, doing your follow-ups, doing the things that you already know that you need to do daily, it's going to happen. It's happening. You know what I mean? Like, just believe in yourself and trust in yourself, and then put the action behind it.
So the big word is action.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't just believe. You can't just believe that it's going to happen and not put the work behind it, because that's not going to happen. Or you can't just put the action and then not believe, because they go hand in hand.
Yeah. So in the end, to make it happen, I played football a lot of years. I had to show up to practice every day if I wanted to play on Friday and Saturday afternoon. It's all about putting the work in. And when I was in banking, you had to put all the work in. The action had to be there before everything would happen for you close the big deals or this, that, and the other. So everybody I know is in the 6 and 7 figure club. It's all about putting the work in. There is no easy way to making it to that level except work your ass off. Point period. And now she's getting ready to have the fourth reason. And it brings me to one more last point. Is here's a young lady. I have no idea how old you are. I just met you last week.
29.
29. Oh, she's 29, and now she's fixing to birth the fourth baby. Some of us have got grown kids. Some have no kids. You have kids in school all day, and here she is with these babies, and she's crushing it. And so it sounds like what I take from this whole thing is I haven't heard an excuse out of you yet.
Yes, and that's one thing that I don't. I love to work. I love it. You know what I mean? Everyone always tells me, you need to take one of those days. You need to take a couple of days off. And I'm like, I do. I take my Sabbath. I take my 1 day off, but I work hard and I enjoy it. And that's why I don't mind working so hard, because like I said, it's fun for me. I love, you hear that there's that quote. It's, do something that you love and you'll never work a day in your life, or something like to that sort. You know what I mean? So I definitely have found that, and I'm just super blessed and thankful, because I've never really wanted to do anything else in life, except for be a mom, so finding something that's able to bring this many blessings and this much income and all this for our family, and I still really enjoy it, and I'm still able to be with my kids. It's just, there's nothing better. And there's been many times where it's been super hard and I've wanted to quit, and I'm like, maybe this just isn't for me. But at the end of the day, like, where else am I going to be able to hang out with my kids all day long, do whatever we want, and still bring in an income and change people's lives? You can't. There's really nothing else, So that's just what I keep going back to is another quote that I always like when people tell me is, the grass isn't greener on the other side, it's greener where you water it. So you have to just put in the work and just, truly love what you do, and you're going to go, the sky's the limit.
Wow. I surely love your story. Carissa, you got anything to add to this, or you got any questions you need to ask?
Actually, there was one, but now I'm like, so I'm over here dealing with the same thing with all this distracting me. But I love the fact that you're able to work this business at the same time as having so much going on, and it just had me like just surreal moment. Same here, so I understand and I get that. Um, are you a mass enroller also? And what month did you go triple?
I went triple March And yes, I sign you typically between like 40 and 60 LCs a month. Not a mass enroller in the distributors. I'd love to get up to the mass enroller part, but I usually sign between 5 and 8. My goal is always 10, but some months no, some months yes. But yeah, mass enroller with the customers for sure. And you can still be a mass enroller and be really like what is the word? Really good with your customers, because that's one thing I'm really good about is I follow up with my customers. Every single customer I have, I send them a thank you card with like a picture of our family and a sample of the energy, every single one. And that's what people really love. And that's what helps me keep retaining my customers. A little tip before I go is they just feel it's so much, very personable. You know, they get a picture of my family and it says, thank you so much for helping my small business, you know, like my family and I appreciate it. Here's my cell phone number. If you ever have any questions or need any help, here's your ID number and your password. And it comes with a free little sample. And a lot of the times that they love the sample and they want to add it to their auto ship, you know, so it's always a win-win for everyone. Plus they feel like you really do care about them. They're like, oh my gosh, that's so nice. Like she sent me a thank you card. Like she took the time out of her day to do that. Yeah, it takes a little bit extra time and it takes a little bit extra, you know, money and stuff, but it's going to come back to you in the end, because like I said, you retain your customers for so much longer instead of just the 3 months and then they drop off.
Exactly. I'm glad you said that and mentioned that. And also being a mass enroller that takes care of them. And I hope everybody else heard that. So it's not just a couple of us that do that. There is others out there too that does the same thing. So I'm glad that you're one of those people that do that and you understand it, because taking care of them lets them stay on longer than 3 months. It also stops less decline.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second. Let me take this. There we go. Now do I sound better?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can hear you a lot better.
Okay, it's I had this little Bluetooth thing over here. Okay, so my other question was in reference to Queen Mary being on my front screen like this. It's not good, girl. I could see you. So another thing in reference to the customers getting this many, all is host to post, or also just your regular KPI duties that get the rest of them?
So most of it is host to post, like 80% is host to post, but a lot of them, because I have been so consistent for the last 3 years, a lot of people are coming to me now. Or it's more of referrals. I'll be like, oh, someone will be like, oh my God, they're my so-and-so friend from work tried your products and she loves it. I'd like some information, you know, or my sister, or I've been watching your story, Alyssa, for so long. I've been seeing you post. I think I'm finally ready to commit, you know? So it really, host to post is always going to be my most important thing. But being consistent, even when people are not liking your stuff or commenting on your stuff, they're still watching, because some people get embarrassed. You know, some people don't want to admit that they need something like this in their life. So they just private message you, or they just watch until they feel like it's the right time for them. And they're going to reach out to you when they're ready. So being consistent is so important. I always tell people that, like, even if you're taking a day off or something, just be sure you're posting about your life or whatever it is, because if you take your business serious, people are going to take it serious as well. If you go 2 or 3 days without posting, you're wondering why you're not bringing in these enrollments, because people don't think you take your business serious, you know, like, so why should they? They'll find somebody else who does take it serious. So that's definitely helped me a lot, is being consistent and posting about my family and what things we're doing. And my kids love the reds and greens and, you know, all this, they make them with me on videos and all that stuff. And it just shows, you know, that I'm a real person and I'm personable, and people are really attracted to that.
I love that. I think I'm good now. That's all I need to know. That was the part. I mean, she added to it and gave me extra. I'm glad, but that's good. It's good to know that you can enroll that many and still take care of them at the same time. I guess I can shoot for a higher goal, because I'm when they get past 30, I'm like, because I'm big on also taking care of my customers too. So
I didn't used to do that. It definitely was a thing that I started this past year, and it's really helped, because before sometimes I wouldn't even write them down, you know, and I'm just like, where did I move this person, and where, you know, and then you're finding it's just scramble brain and it's just stressful. And so as soon as I get them, I write them down. I write the BV amount, I write where I move it, and then I go and do the thank you card at the end of the day for all of those ones I signed that day.
So you have a written system to keep control, to keep. Okay.
Yeah, it's a messy system. It's just in a notebook, but it works for me. That's what I do.
Card system. So I
Yeah.
Get it. All right.
I'm like a messy organized, if you want to say that.
Well, I mean, if it works for you, listen, everybody got their own systems that work. So if it works, then definitely stick with it. Okay, everyone loves that you're organized also. Great story, no excuses. All right, I'm good, Rusty.
All right, well, Alyssa, thank you so much for hopping on here. I know you're busy back from vacation. You got so much stuff to do when you come back to town. We understand that. I appreciate you being on there. Anything you need from us, our organization, we're 100% all in to help you for Zooms or calls or whatever you need.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I had so much fun. I probably spoke a little bit too much, but when something like is on my heart and it gets in my head, I'm like, oh, I just got to say it. So I ramble a little bit, but.
Well, hey,
Great.
it's perfect. All right. Well, look, everybody have a good night. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you on the next Zoom just in a few minutes.
Thank you.
All right, good night, everybody.